There's a number of posture points we want to pay attention to early on in early violin playing. The most important is putting our violin up on our shoulder properly. Don't do anything that you wouldn't walk down the street doing. So I see a lot of early violinists playing violin like this. You wouldn't walk down the street like this. So we want to make sure that it goes on the shoulder properly. Now, putting it here, and eventually being able to hold the violin without any hands, eventually. I like to use the analogy that we have a table and we have a wall. We have, if I put my violin on a table, I can hold it up with one finger. If I put it on a wall, I cannot hold it up with one finger. Okay? This is our wall, this is our table. If we place it properly, it's very easy to hold up. And it's not stuffy, it's not completely comfortable, but it should not be painful. So one of the things that you can help your child do at home is grabbing just a box, or I will make you a box violin. You can sign up at the front desk. Grabbing the bottom shoulder of the violin out, turn, look at the button, that means this, on the shoulder, and head down, hand across the body. If you have access to the Suzuki Violin Repertoire Book 1, you can download it on iTunes. It's, I think, maybe 20 dirham. I would like to see that all children can hold the violin on the shoulder for the duration of Twinkle Twinkle. The next point that I want to point out is the bow hold. This is your magic wand. If your bow hold is not done properly, you will have some very squeaky sounds, and of course none of us want that. So what I'm looking for is something very simple. A bow hold should be easy. Turn and plop. With your children at home, or in the class, I like to call it our noodle. We keep it very, very relaxed. Anything that is relaxed is the proper bow hold. Turn and plop. And now I just make sure that the pinky, I say, is on the log, so nice and curved there. And then we turn it, and you have a happy bob here. It should be very flat, it should be very round. If the bow is turned this way, it does put pressure on the muscles here, so we want to keep the bow up as much as possible unless it's resting on the violin, so you're not building in any tension in the hand. Pitch recognition is the next thing that we are working on with all children, especially at an early age. Making sure that we can hear the difference between low and high is very important. You can go online and you can download the pitches of the violin, or if you have a violin at home, bring it here. I will tune it happily for you, and you can practice this game at home. Simply having the violin or your computer there, and what we're doing in class is plucking the G string, the lowest string, and we're making a funny face because it's more fun that way. G, and using our hands to designate if it's high or low. G. The next ones are D, D, A. Hearing those pitches are fundamental to your violin playing child. The next is rhythms. You can take a cup, you can do this on your lap. We are actually touching our toes, our knees, our bellies, our shoulders, our lips, and our head for this, but you can do it in any way you want. As long as you're using the words little bunny hop hop and being steady. Little bunny hop hop, stop, and little bunny hop hop, stop, and something like that. This is the fundamental rhythm that we will be using in all violin playing at this time. These are some ideas of things that we're doing in class that you need to work on. Even just for 2 minutes a day would be wonderful, and will help your child develop beautifully in their violin playing. Now some examples. Excellent. So, I have a wonderful helper here. So she is having her violin in rest position here. I'm going to help her. I'm pretending that she is a child. Okay. And I'm going to help her grab the shoulder. We want to look for the thumb being on the back side so that they have a firm grip on the violin. Okay? The next is I help her by moving her hand out, moving the violin out, turning it upside down, looking at the button, coming in for a landing, way up on your shoulder, and resting your head. Now, would you walk down the street like that?
No.
Okay, lift your head up and turn just a little bit more this direction. Okay, perfect. So it's called a chin rest, but it's more of a jaw rest. It goes under your jaw, and eventually you should be able to hold it. That's very nice. Okay. The next is, if I go like this, can you close your eyes? Can you identify what string that is? It would be G. G. So this would be something you could do with your child. Close your eyes again, and you could identify that as E. E. The next thing you can do with your child is ask them, what is this? It's the button. These are the parts of the violin, very important for early violin playing. Chin rest, and maybe they touch it. They're very tactile at this age. Bridge. Tailpiece. Fine tuners. Neck. Shoulders. The next thing you can do with your child is help them with their bow hold. I'm literally holding their bow with the tip going off to the child's left, and then I'm going to help her by turning her hand. So I always say turn. Yeah, and it brings the elbow up here. That's very nice. You want to always watch that the shoulder stays low, but the elbow is up. Relaxing these fingers, because I bet you if you're totally relaxed, you're not going to be like this. Yeah, there you go, nice. And then watch my hand carefully. I'm just going to ask you to keep your fingers very relaxed, because as I say to the children, it's like a noodle, and noodles do not move themselves. Good. See how I just moved your own fingers? We pull these two gently in. Very good. We move the pinky on the lock, and it's actually technically on the inside of the bow there. A lot of people put it on the top, but it actually needs to go on the inside. Okay, and I'll explain more about that later in another video. And then happy bob. Now, I will show you. I actually tend to write. I even have a little bit there. A little happy face here on the thumb, because a lot of times people's thumbs are like this, and it actually creates a lot of tension in the hand and therefore much scratching. But if we do a happy bob or a bent thumb, it's much easier to say, remember your happy bob, than bend your thumb. Okay, these two are gently pulling in, especially at the nail joint. This one is very relaxed. I call this the vacationer. And this one stays on the inside, okay? If the bow is up here, we are actually practicing, we're going to bend your thumb there, we're actually practicing holding it there for 5 seconds with the children. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they can play if they want. You can do it again. Keeping these knuckles flat, and I call this a bunny hole, just being able to have a space in there. Well done. Okay. The last thing I want to mention is some hand exercises. At this early age, we're developing coordination. So one is taps. I put on personally Twinkle Twinkle, and their practice going tap, 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 tap. When you're doing this, you're wanting to make sure that it's right on the tips here. Yeah, and sometimes it's even fun to put it up to our faces. Okay. Now we also need to be able to start switching. If your child really understands the tapping, then we start switching, and I'll say switch, and then see if they can continue with the appropriate finger that matches mine. Being able to do all of them. The last thing I want to mention for the older children is we are putting our violins up here, and I'm helping them with finger taps and placing our finger on the string. So finger taps go like this. We're going to bend your fingers and put them right on the edge. Okay, good. We're going to bring this out. From this knuckle down, we're going to have one straight line, if we can. There you go. That's nice. Good. And I like to call these tabletops. If I had a coin right now, I could place one right here, and it would rest properly there. Now, if I touch the finger here, a lot of people will bring their finger up like this. I call that flying away. And then that's not coming from the quick twitch muscle location. So we actually want to move from our base knuckle so that we get our quick twitch muscles going. So if I top a finger, maybe you could do this on your own. Good. This one? Yes. This one? Now your child will have a hard time probably with this one. It's the hardest one of all of them. This same round position and flat fingers is exactly what we are moving over here. It prepares your child for beautiful playing out here. We're practicing going E, 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 E. First finger goes down by itself. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. This is for the advanced kids. E, 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 E. 1, 1, 1. Oh, let's put it on this little string here. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And for the younger ones, we're just practicing the dad song. D, 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 D. A, 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 A. D, 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 D. Excellent. Now, do you think you can make an L and do it on your own? So with this hand, make an L. We're going to take our thumb and anchor it on the fingerboard there on the side. And then with this pointer finger, can you pluck the D on your own? Or I can help you with the children. I often do it for them. D, 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 D. Now A string. A, 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 A. Back to D. D, 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 D. Rest position. And lift your head and back under your arm. And that is the end of our video. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions,